You throw two guys in a room, and who comes out?
Yeah.
Okay? That's the baddest man on the planet. And it is hard to not say that Jon Jones is that guy right now.
I'll tell you who I would take. I would take Tyson before he went into prison, Mike Tyson. I thought, for those
100%, but
for those 3 years.
Tyson doesn't know the ground game. Tyson can't grapple. Tyson's hanging over here. His quote is on the wall over here. Nobody loves Mike Tyson more than I do, believe me. But when you talk about putting two guys in a room, who comes out? Jon Jones has the tools to beat everybody.
I'm actually not mad at Piers for picking Tyson because let's just be honest here, what does Piers Morgan even know about fighting? But what's crazy to me is that it's not just him. There are a lot of people out there that think prime Mike Tyson could actually beat prime Jon Jones. Now, before I even begin to explain why this is so fucking absurd, I'd like to tell you that I know most of these people commenting have absolutely no clue about fighting. Because anyone with the slightest knowledge in MMA or grappling would know the nuances and technicalities that go into grappling. So I know most people commenting have probably never grappled in their lives before, because if you have, you'd never even insinuate something as ludicrous as this. Now, to actually address the argument for its stupidity, what we could do is compare a similar matchup between a top-class striker versus an MMA fighter. And luckily for us, we have quite a few examples that we can actually take a look at. So here's Rodtang versus Mighty Mouse. For those of you who don't know, Rodtang is an absolute beast when it comes to striking. He is currently the flyweight Muay Thai world champion under 1FC with 5 title defenses. You know, the very top of the food chain striker, whereas Mighty Mouse, on the other hand, is arguably the MMA GOAT. He holds a record for the most consecutive title defenses in the history of the UFC with 13 back-to-back title fight wins. So these two legends in their own regard actually faced each other in a mixed rule matchup under 1FC, where the first and third round would be Muay Thai, which is basically striking but you can also use your knees and elbows, and second and fourth round would be MMA. So this is how the first round played out. Rodtang landed some pretty heavy shots and Mighty Mouse was on his back foot most of the round, trying not to get knocked out, and he did a pretty good job at that, even landing a few of his own. But as soon as the second round started, look at how Rodtang's demeanor is entirely different when compared to the first round. He's definitely nervous about the looming threat of a takedown, fully aware that once he gets to the ground it's pretty much game over, and that is exactly what happened. As soon as DJ found an opening for a shot, he took the fight to the ground, choked him out unconscious, and it was over instantly. And this is what grappling can do, guys. You don't understand that once a world-class grappler gets a hold of you, they have so many techniques up their sleeve that by the time you even realize what's going on, you're out unconscious. And this is exactly what would happen if Tyson were to fight Jon Jones. And we're also forgetting that there are kicks, elbows,
spinning elbow by Jon.
all of which Tyson would be completely unfamiliar with since boxing doesn't use any of these strikes. Here's Joe Rogan talking about a hypothetical matchup between Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. And this is a very good example because with Floyd Mayweather, you're talking about the GOAT in boxing, whereas Conor was an excellent fighter, but certainly not at the level of Jon Jones. But listen to how much conviction Rogan has in how this fight would play out.
What's going to happen is he's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the fuck away from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd. And every time Floyd goes in, front kick to the stomach, boom, front kick to the stomach, boom, front kick to the stomach. How many of those can you take? Okay, boom, inside leg kick, boom, outside leg kick. He's laughing at you now. Now he's talking shit and you realize you gotta get past those legs. You can try to close the distance, boom, spinning back kick to the liver. Fuck! What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? You're gonna be picked apart until he decides to take you to the ground and cut your face open with elbows. How about that? How about he pins your right arm down with his left shin, gets on top of you, and just starts smashing the edge of the elbow into your eye sockets, into your nose, cuts across your forehead, slices you open like a fucking melon. You don't have a chance. No one has a chance that hasn't had a long history of grappling and getting kicked. It's like you're a regular boxer is like, especially the best ever like Floyd, is phenomenal at what he does. But if you put takedowns and kicks into that. It changes everything. Changes everything.
And that's pretty much how I see the fight going down as well. And this is something that a lot of you are probably forgetting, that with Jon Jones, you're also talking about the greatest MMA fighter to have ever walked the planet. And I'm not saying that there is absolutely no possibility of Tyson ever beating Jones if they were to fight a million times, but if I were to bet my house on someone, it would undoubtedly be Jon Jones. And to be honest guys, we've seen this so many times where wrestlers have time and again proved to have an upper edge in MMA, primarily because wrestling neutralizes the striking. The striker, no matter how good they are, cannot strike if they're on the canvas getting mauled. It only works when they're up on their feet, and even then if they don't have a good takedown defense, they're constantly worried about being taken down even while they're on their feet, so they can't even strike freely without worrying about the takedowns. So if prime Mike Tyson were to fight Jon Jones, even in a street fight, there is absolutely no universe where I see Tyson walking out alive.